What is going on, y'all? I theory crafted a deck for Rogue getting a bit of a buff in the OTAs, and I played it on stream, and it just kept winning. So let's take a look at the deck and talk about what it does well and how you can play this new sort of style of mid-range list. So longtime viewers, or viewers who watched my last video, will recognize the name of this deck and most of the cards in it from my OTA video. And I theory crafted that with the idea that basically, Rogue is actually a little bit better than Enchantress in this context because Rogue will only cost 3 while Enchantress will cost 4. That said, we are running Zabu, but the real appeal to Rogue is that most of the decks that are playing Luke Cage are high evolutionary decks looking for an edge in the mirror against us. And Rogue turns their mirror edge into our mirror edge. That's sort of the elevator pitch for why I wanted to play a high evolutionary mid-range deck with Rogue. The other part of it is just, I don't really think there's a lot of Luke Cage running around, and so this deck gets to be just a pile of really good cards on rate. There are just tons of really good cards in the deck, and then just tech cards for every situation. You have Shang-Chi, you have Wave, you have Rogue, you have a lot of answers in the deck, and you have a lot of good proactive threats. Like, everything you play is just good on rate. One card I really tried to get in here was Dr. Doom, and I want him in here still, and I just can't figure out how to get him in. I like, whenever you want to cut something, it ends up being one of the earlier cards, and like, you have to like cut something that's like actually really good early, and I want to be able to draw my cards and curve out, because again, we are a mid-range deck. Zabu seems like a card that's like super mediocre, but at least it does stuff some of the time, letting us play off curve. I want Dr. Doom in here. I don't really know what to do about it, so if you have any ideas, if anything works for you, I do think this deck would be very well suited to be a Doom Wave deck. But the fundamental thing that's happening here is we're just playing a ton of really good cards. I'm going to run through them for you right now so you get a pretty good idea of why we're doing each card. We'll talk a little bit about replacements, and then we'll go from there. Wasp is just a free include in high evolutionary decks. If you are playing high evolutionary, you should probably be playing Wasp, and while this does constrain the amount you were able to customize the deck, she is just a little bit too strong to not run in basically every high evolutionary list. Sunspot in this deck is usually going to be extremely large, and Sunspot's real power here is flexibility. That's why he's in over Nebula, because Sunspot, you can control how big he gets, rather than with Nebula, it's much easier for your opponent to calculate exactly how large she is going to get. Your opponent has control over that. You have control over Sunspot. And I think that gives him the edge for me. He's basically my favorite card to play on turn 1. I will, like, if you could start every game with Sunspot on turn 1, you'd be so favored in so many matchups against basically everything but Killmonger. He is an extremely powerful card in this deck. You are playing off curve a ton, and he's just getting the job done when you do that. Misty Knight might be a little bit surprising, but you're really built to play off curve, and I value her a little bit more than Nebula. I wouldn't be shocked if you could replace her with Nebula in a good way, but I think Nebula is a lot better when you're playing for like the lockdown stuff. We don't run Storm, we don't run Spider-Man. There's no BS here. It's just this. And, that's, I think, fine. Like, Misty Knight's just points, and that's all we really want out of a one-cost card. She's very above rate for a one-cost card when you start playing off-curve. Zabu is perhaps the card I'm the least certain about in this entire list. I do end up playing him on 2, which costs me in terms of soaking, but he does let me play out things that I otherwise would not be able to play out. So for example, if we want to play the Thing on 4, Zabu lets us do that while soaking some energy onto Sunspot, Misty Knight, Cyclops, things like that. You aren't going to be soaking every turn, so you do need to plan out the turns you plan on soaking. Think about how big the Hulk is going to get if you have him, things like that. And I think Zabu is probably the card I feel the least strongly attached to here. And if you were to experiment, I think this would be the place to experiment. I actually do feel fairly strongly attached to Rogue. When I played this deck on stream, she wasn't like particularly good, but we also didn't lose a lot. And having an extra tech card in your deck while you're still winning the other matchups, I think it's good to have like some anti-Luke Cage things built in case people start bringing him back. Rogue can also hit cards like Mr. Fantastic or Devil Dinosaur or Darkhawk. She does have some real utility here, and I think that the fact that we're doing so well when Rogue is basically not doing a ton is actually evidence for keeping her in because we can afford to do it. Wave's broken. You play Wave on turn 5, and like half the decks you play against are just going to roll over and die. She's great. You play her to answer decks like Kitty. You play her to answer decks like Discard. You don't not play her. I tried a couple builds without her. I put her in the deck. I started farming. It's actually that simple. You gotta play her. I'm sorry, it's still true. CYCLOPS after High Evolutionary is frankly unbelievably powerful. Getting the guaranteed 2 procs as opposed to just 1 or like the randomness of the thing. The fact that if you play CYCLOPS in a lane with 2 units in it, you're getting 2 procs of discount on Abomination is a huge deal because you go CYCLOPS and pass, you play an Abomination for cheap. It's just good. I was not able to ever pull off the 2-cost Abomination plus wave turn 5. It didn't seem to matter, but you should be aware that if you can play for that, it's a very powerful thing to do. We tried to take Shang-Chi out, and he spent like 2 games out of the deck for Dr. Doom, and I like basically immediately lost those 2 games because I cut him, and I put him back in the deck. We can afford to run all this tech. That's kind of the upside of this. We just have a bunch of good threats, and that means we need to have some good answers to back it up, because it's not like we actually go super tall anywhere except with a Hulk. Shang-Chi is going to be like a really, really, really useful answer to a lot of things in the metagame right now, and he was phenomenal for me. I would not cut this card. I am more certain of that than when I picked the deck up. Playing a 4-cost, 4-energy card sucks. Everything else High Evolutionary does is baller, and that's really all you need to know. This is a High Evolutionary deck. Unfortunately, the cost of playing a High Evolutionary deck includes running the card High Evolutionary, so that's what we're doing. The Thing is a 4-cost, 9-power card, and that's really all we want from him. Like, yeah, there's the Zabu synergy, but just being a 4-cost, 9-power card that can, like, genuinely negatively affect things like the Human Torch or Deadpool, keep them a little bit more in check, that's pretty good. And so all we're really playing him as is just a guy. He's a big guy. And then the knock-on synergy effects are kind of gravy, right? Discounting Abomination, hitting specific decks a little bit harder than he hits others. He's just a big guy. And that's all we really want this slot to be, because the rest of our deck is dedicated to tech cards that solve specific problems. So when we're not solving a specific problem, we just want to put points on the board. That dude puts points on the board. Speaking of putting points on the board, Abomination is less like a free guy and more a big guy you play while soaking energy, right? Like, he's not actually going to be free. He's not actually going to be like, oh man, I got this 0-cost Abomination. Like I said, I never actually pulled off 2-cost Abomination plus wave. He's usually like 3 or 4. He's not going to be free, but you know, that's actually good. You'll play like a 3/9, soak 2 on a Sunspot, Misty Knight proc, CYCLOPS proc. That's just great. You do that. Instead of thinking of Abomination as like this turbo high roll card, you just think of him as another piece of your mid-range strategy. There are games where I do, you know, 3-cost Shang-Chi and 3-cost Abomination on the final turn of the game. That's pretty damn good too. Like, you have a lot of options with this deck. It's part of why I don't have Dr. Doom in here, is because you can use like Abomination plus something else to go wide late with the Zabu stuff. It's not the greatest plan you'll ever have, but it does let you cover multiple locations in a way that the Hulk obviously does not do. Finally, the Hulk is actually like notably worse in this list than he is in a lot of other lists, because you are playing, like, you aren't going to be soaking as many turns in this list as you are going to be in some other lists. He's rarely getting to 20. There was like maybe 1 or 2 games where he got to 20, and that was usually in some special circumstances. Normally, he's just like a pretty big guy, like 16 or something like that, and that's still enough for me to want to include him, but it actually does make me wonder if it's possible to replace him with Dr. Doom instead of replacing anything else with Dr. Doom. I'm not 100% sure. I think that he provides like a useful endgame to the deck, but people are so used to him that maybe you want to play something else, but also people are so used to Dr. Doom out of lists like this that I don't really think you get much juke value out of it. Just keep in mind that he is a little bit worse in this list than he is in other High Evolutionary lists, and maybe make some changes accordingly if you think you have a good idea. So that's the list. We're going to put some gameplay on the end of this video. I hope you enjoy it. I was genuinely pretty shocked by how high the win rate was when I was playing this, how high the win rate was, how high the cube rate was. It was just like, why do I keep winning? But I feel like when I stumble onto something that actually keeps winning and can afford to play all these tech cards for various situations, I kind of think it might be worth sharing. So I am gonna, that's the point of this video. Check out the gameplay at the end, and I hope you enjoy learning about this list and seeing where it can go after the new changes to Rogue, who I think genuinely is an upgrade here because stealing something is so powerful, especially in the context of Luke Cage. Now, as always, I've been KM Best. I will see you next time. Remember to leave a comment if you enjoyed the video, like it, tell me what you think. I will see you next time. Have a great one. Peace. Sorry I'm late. What's the pitch for this deck? I'm pretty sure it just sucks, but we keep winning. The pitch for this deck is, I don't fucking get it, but we keep winning. That's pretty much it. It's like, what if we just put all the high evolutionary cards in one deck? And that's it. That's what we do. We just put all the high evolutionary cards in one deck, and we keep winning for reasons really unknown to me or anyone else, as far as I can tell. Whatever happened to the Richie variants? I got rid of the Richie variants because I got like 800... Wait. I got like 800 questions that were all like... Okay, I got like 800 questions and every one of them was like, hey man, who's that fucking guy? Damn, that really jugs my knots. Are they... So, what are they, then? Surfer? So we win? All right, check it. This never works, right? No, it does work. Right? I think this works. If they fucking rogue me back, I cry. Actually, if they rogue me back, I win. Patriot for the Raptors. No, rogue is better because it'll tie the Black Cat lane off of a Surfer, right? Oh, yeah. She finally did something, baby! She did it! That said, I don't mind the ad rev. I will happily take some ad rev off of that. So thank you. I should turn pre-rolls on. Fuck. I have my ads set to not have pre-rolls on, but I should put pre-rolls on for snipers. That's actually a good idea. I should put pre-rolls on so no one can snipe me. And when I say good idea, I of course mean like kind of a bad idea, but you know, whatever. I should put pre-rolls on. I actually never thought about that. I wonder how it'll affect my thing. A lot of swarms. A lot of swarms. Gambit, don't hit Cyclops. I'll live. DM me if you snipe KM, I'll gift you a sub. Oh my god! Dara uses a cookie? Yeah, I know. I know. Can you please show your Galactus variant? Oh, probably, yeah. Oh, my Rogue would actually be useful here. Holy shit, like the one time ever. The one time ever my rogue would be like, hey, that's actually really good. I'm feeling like you're about to MODOK, my brother. That's what I'm feeling. Yep. Damn, it's crazy. That's a crazy play. Who could have seen it coming? And look at how big that Morbius is getting, too. All those swarms in your hand? Super big Morbius? I mean, that's some scary shit, my dude. Horrifying, even. As scary as it gets. Do I play the rogue? No, I don't. I play the Shang. Wave! He's so good, dude. This deck sucks. It just scams cubes off of Wave. Beast nerf hurt it. Spider-Man nerf hurt it. Fuck. Well, this is a... These are things I can do. Bro's name is longer than your what, Reigns? Hello. Keck weight, a little bit. Little bit of a keck weight situation. Watched and liked the vid, KM. Great perspective on the update. I appreciate that. I feel like a lot of people are like, I don't know. There's like a lot of clickbait on Marvel Snap YouTube and Marvel Snap Twitter that I don't particularly enjoy. Brother, I gotta tell you, I'm good with this. I will happily keep copying Sentinels the entire rest of the game. Why did I say Sentinels? I meant Sunspots. I'm assuming I'm getting the fucking molded on here, but I also super don't care about that. Okay, Kitty Pride Master Mold. I respect the shit out of what's going on here. I don't think I'm going to lose to it. But I respect the shit out of it. Let's get the YouTube watchers onto Twitch. What do you mean? J-Hogs with a Prime sub 3 months. Thank you so much. That's a big guy. Gonna add 6 over here. Go like this. They have another mold, but they don't have another mold plus Ronin. Full soak, I dare you, you won't pass. I don't think I can. Oh, hell yeah. It popped off. They're fucking cooking. Unfortunately, our, like, army of Sunspots and Cyclops over there is just a little too big. And that's kind of why we did the shit we did. Where it's like, there's not really a play that can lose us to that left lane unless they invest a mold in there, too. And if they do that, we win every cream of the crap. Ooh, yeah. The fucked up thing that I'm afraid of is that the cut is rogue. Don't enjoy that. It's not great, but I took out Shang. It's definitely, like, Shang has been awesome. Shang is baller. I'm drawing 4 cards here, baby. I'm about to draw so many cards, dude. Ooh! The value! Now, are we still losing to Big Idiot? Absolutely. 100%. Extremely dead to that shit. Can't believe I didn't draw a wave. Brutal. Didn't draw a wave in all of that. It's literally the last card in my deck. I feel like that was such a good snap, and then we just didn't draw her and died. Fuck's sake. He never has Monger, yeah. Yep. No! They rogue it back! Oh! We still win! Let's go, baby! He never has Silver Surfer! I need a 1-cost card, Sunspot right now. Fuck. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that means. Here's my bet, though. It's like some Deadpool move shit. Which means the more I reduce their garbage, the better off I am. All right, now I will admit to, like, a certain level of confusion here. Do we actually just, like, die to Destroyer? Yeah, right? Hulk is bigger? That's not the issue. It's a Nimrod going to the other lanes, right? Well, let's give it to him then. Dude, chat, should we give it to him? I feel like if we give it to them, they're just gonna emote me. That's what I'm afraid of. All right, fine, do it. Oh, baby. We're having some good games today. Yeah, it's probably not the world's most polite dunking of your balls in my mouth. In fact, I would say it would border on impolite. We burying Spider-Man? Exclamation point OTA. What's up, American Primate? Oh, jeez, is this a bounce deck? We're so dead if it is. Hella dead if it is. We do not run counterplay to that shit. We have nothing. We got nothing. Okay, bounce move is like 20% more beatable. That's probably not. I've actually done the same emote I've retreated before. Don't you do it. Don't do it to me. You're in this stream long enough to know not to do that. What is cooking today? That's a good question. I don't really know. Damn, we couldn't even hit the Human Torch with that? Yeesh. Okay. They just go like move, and then Heimdall, right? Is there any way we can actually beat that? So if they go move, Heimdall, Kraven goes up. How much do we have to leave over here? I don't know, let's find out. Wait, that ordering's weird. There's no Heimdall? What's happening? Oh, strange. Okay, that makes sense. We probably win then. Oh, it got Kraven by accident? Oh my god, dude. You didn't math that out, brother. Oh, Hitmonkey's enormous, right? Nope. Jesus Christ. I was like, oh man, we're so fucked. We're not fucked. Even if that got Human Torch, we beat it. Right, it's a bounce move. They're not playing Heimdall. What am I talking? Excuse me, SD Holt told me hoarding is illegal. Did they? Excited for Silk? Kind of. I get it. Stegron is really exciting. I wouldn't hate getting Stegron. I would hate getting Snowguard or Howard. I will get Snow Guard. I get it, right? Like, I'm gonna get Snow Guard. That's just how it works. Like, that's just the reality I live in. How do you feel about Medusa? I still think she's bad. I'd be hard-pressed to disagree. Can I get a card I can play, please? No? Okay, that's cool. That's cool, too. I didn't need one of those. I didn't need a card I could play. Were reserves predetermined? Nope. Yeah, I'm missing Snowguard, Howard, Tribunal, and Stegron. And I don't care for any of them. If I assume this game is going to be a tiebreaker... I was thinking Sunspot left, but the tie is kind of the same. If I just put 9 power on the board, that's... Okay, you see, this is why we do this, right? Oh, you got rid of TVA. Oh, no, the horror. I'll never be able to deal with the fact that you got rid of TVA. That's impossible for me to beat. Other than the part where it's not, right? Like, that's sort of my elevator pitch here, yeah? That's not a dino either. JJ. Dangerous. I'm making a read. This is like a pretty aggressively dumb play. Especially if they got my Hulk off that Mantis. But I'm happy for them. They beat me. Boy, do I really miss Dr. Doom, though. Oh my god, brother. We actually fucking got away with this crap. We actually fucking got away with this crap. We gave him the full soak. Let's go.